Hello, everyone. This is Al, Red Sox fan, coming to you from Al, Red Sox fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. We're going to bring you some APBA baseball card and dice. Makes everything nice. It's back at the tabletop. Game 4 of 5 between the 1978 Phillies and Mets at Shea. This is the Doubleday Cup. We continue with our first round matchup in the Doubleday Cup 1978. Best of 5, National League East region. The Mets have a surprising 2-1 lead over the heavily favored Philadelphia Phillies. Mets took game 1 3-2 as Craig Swan outdueled Steve Carlton. That was a huge win. That was in Philadelphia, so they got their split there. In game 2, it was close until the bottom of the 8th. The Phillies had a 4-2 lead going into the bottom of the 8th. Then Philadelphia exploded for 8 runs to take game 2 and tie the series as they won 12-2. They would travel to Shea, knotted at 1. Koosman for the Mets pitched a hell of a game, but took the loss. He went 6 2/3 innings, gave up 4 runs, only 3 were earned, struck out 8. The winning pitcher was Larry Christensen. He went 7 innings to get the win. Bruce Starr went 2 innings to get the save as he came in when it was still a 4-2 ball game. Then in game 3 at Shea, the Mets would win 6-3. The Mets were up 3-2 going into the bottom of the 4th when Lee Mazzilli crushed a 3-run homer to make it 6-2. The Phillies would get 1 in the top of the 8th, but it was not enough. Jim Cott was awful for Philadelphia. He took the loss. Tug McGraw will not be available in Game 5 as he pitched 5 innings in relief. Pat Zachary got the win. He went 7 1/3, 3 runs. They were all earned, struck out 4. Lockwood came in, pitched a third of an inning. Then Murray closed it out to get the save. For Philadelphia, all hands are on deck, except for Steve Carlton. He would be the Game 5 starter back in Philly if they win. A starting pitcher must go through the lineup at least once. So it's Lomborg, who is not bueno. He's a D grade with no modifiers. That's Gentleman Jim Lomborg, former Red Sox, taking on, for the Mets, Kevin Cobal, C grade with a Z modifier. Let's get to Game 3. Can the Mets win it and advance in the Doubleday Cup? We shall find out. Again, the pitcher must go through the starting lineup at least once before you can pull them. Now, the Phillies are ready, so they're hoping that Lomborg can give them a few decent innings, and then they'll turn it over to their bullpen quite quickly as they have 2A relievers in their bullpen. Same thing with the Mets. They have a C pitcher. If it goes 5, and the Mets don't want it to go 5, obviously, it's a rematch of Game 1, Swan and Carlton, back at the Vet in Philadelphia. Joining us here at Shea Sports Flicks, check out that wonderful channel, as he's doing a lot of wonderful things with, I think it was Season Ticket Baseball. I listened to a little bit on the way home. On my drive, I'll listen to a little more tomorrow. Check out that wonderful channel, Sports Flicks, a.k.a. Mr. Wrestling 2. He says, oh, yeah, I like when we get deep in the pitching staffs. Yeah, and I can't yank them right away. I was going to go with the King Icky Boo rule, where the starter has to go 5, no matter what, or give up 5 runs. I'm going to say one time through the lineup, because, again, it is a they would yank him. They wouldn't leave him in too long, but he's got to go one time through the lineup. So it could be a minimum of 3 innings or a maximum of whatever, but he's got to go one time through the lineup. Here we go. Let's get to the starting lineups for the visiting Philadelphia Phillies. Lomborg is the pitcher, as we stated. Leading off in right field, Shake Bake McBride. Batting second at shortstop, Larry Boa. Michael Jack Schmidt bats third, plays third. The DH, Greg Lazinski, is the cleanup hitter. Gary Maddox is in center. He'll bat fifth. Jerry Mudd Martin is in left field, batting sixth. Bobby Boone plays first, bats seventh. Doing the catching, Barry Foote, he'll bat eighth. Ted Sizemore bats ninth, plays second base. Mark Jones says Kevin Coble was 5-6, 2.91 ERA. Now for the Mets. Coble on the mound, as we stated. Lee Mazzilli leads off in center field, followed by Lenny Randle at third base. Batting third, doing the catching, John Stearns. The cleanup hitter, first baseman Willie Montanez. Batting fifth in left field, Elliot Maddox. Bobby Valentine will bat sixth. He's the DH. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Bruce Beauclair. Batting eighth, boy, does he like that home cooking. He had a huge game 3. Tim Foley, he's at short. Batting ninth, the second baseman, Doug Flynn. Jim L, hope all is well. All right, so here we go. Coble on the mound for the Mets. He'll face Shake Bake McBride to lead things off. Coble, the lefty, to the righty. Shake Bake McBride, he homered in game 3. That's a 26 with the bases empty. So a 26 off the McBride card is a 31. McBride will make contact. Fly ball to center. Lee Mazzilli makes the catch, 1 down. The Mets are in fielding column 2. The Phillies are in fielding column 1. The Mets have 39 fielding points. The Phillies 42. So 1 out. McBride flies to center. Brian Hoxie's has joined us and says, Al, good evening, Al, and all. Yippee, just finished up my work for the night. Excellent, my friend. So again, we have Brian Hoxie, Jim L, Mark Jones, Sportsflix. Larry Boa steps to the plate, switch hitter. He'll bat righty against the left-handed hurling Kevin Goebel. The pitch to Boa. Boa with a 31. Base is empty. 31 is an 8. C grade. I don't think that's going to take it. Oh, no, base hit. Chopper up the middle. The C grade only takes away the hit on the 9. So a single for Boa. Boa's at first. He is a speed demon. He's a fast runner. Phillies will have to get it done with their bats. They'll have to score runs. Lomborg is a D-grade pitcher with no modifier, and he's got to go through the lineup at least once. So we have a runner at first as we, again, continue to use the radio boards, which I like a lot, even for football. Runner at first, 1 out. The pitch to Michael Jack Schmidt, that's a 34 from Coble. 34, Schmidt, 31. That's a deep fly ball to center field. Mazzilli racing back, makes the catch, quickly pivots and fires it towards the infield. Retreating to first is Boa. So another nice catch by Lee Mazzilli in center, 2 away. Greg Lazinski, the Bull, steps to the plate. Right-handed power-hitting designated hitter. Stearns wiggles the fingers. The pitch to Lazinski from Coble. It is a 65. 65 is a 35. A 35 popped up. Is he a wild pitcher? No. It's going to be a pop-up in front of the plate. Stearns throws his mask to the left, makes the catch. The side is retired. Boa goes no further than first. So a good first inning for Kevin Richard Global Coble. Good inning. Mets fans are ecstatic. Ron McGrath, how you doing? Hope all is well. Now, Gentleman Jim Lonborg. Oh boy, this might not be pretty. What an upset this would be. When I had this matchup, I looked at the pitching and I went, geez, Louise, the Mets do not have, they have okay pitching. And they've had some timely hitting, and their speed has come into play, which is quite interesting. So Lomborg to face Mazzilli, Randall, and Stearns. Lee Mazzilli, the switch hitter, he has 2 homers in the series. Would love to hit one right here to get things started for the Metropolitans. Lomborg, the righty, to the switch hitting Mazzilli. There's the pitch. It's a 53 to Lee Mazzilli. Base is empty. So a 53 is a 17. Wow, that is unique. Let's see what that is. Fielding column 1, 17. That's a ball hit down the right field line, slicing towards the corner. Shake Bake McBride makes the diving catch. He went a long way, and what a catch by Shake and Bake McBride, as he laid out for that one. Great catch by McBride. 1 down. Robbing extra bases from Mazzilli. 1 out for another switch hitter, third baseman for the Metropolitans, Lenny Randall. The pitch to Randall from Lomborg. It's a 56 to Lenny Randall. 56 of 34. That's going to be out number 2. Popped up to short. Boa makes the catch. Lomborg jammed him. 2 outs. Mets in danger of going 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. John Stearns will try to stop that from happening. Lomborg has a sign from Foot. He rocks and deals to John Stearns. The Metropolitan catcher, that is a 33. It's a 6 off a D grade. That will be a double to left center field. So a 2-out double by John Stearns. Mets looking for some 2-out magic as they try to take an early lead here. Mets lead the series 2-1, best of 5. If the Mets win, it is all over, and the Phillies will be eliminated from the Doubleday Cup. Willie Montanez steps to the plate. The right-handed Lomborg takes a breath. He deals to the left-hand batting first baseman for the Metropolitans, Montanez. 42 to Montanez, runner at second. 42 to Montanez is a 37. That will be a fly ball to right field. Waiting to make the catch, a much easier catch this time, is Shake Bake McBride. The 2-out double by Stearns doesn't hurt the Phillies. We're through 1 here at Shea. No score. The Phillies must win to force Game 5 back at the Vet in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So the Mets squander an opportunity. Lomborg does his J.O.B. in that inning. Kevin Coble back up on the bump for the Mets. He'll have his warm-up tosses to face Coble in the top of the second. Gary Maddox, Jerry Mud Martin, and Bob Boone. Boone playing first today. Here's Gary Maddox. Right-handed stick awaits the left-handed offering from Coble. Pitch homeward, bound 66. It's a re-roll on the D. It's a 23. What will it be? We shall see. A 23 is a double. Bangs off the left center field wall here at Shea. A leadoff double for Maddox. Maddox at second. He is a fast runner. Jerry Mud Martin, he's going to swing the stick. He's not bunting. Phillies know they need runs. The pitch to Mud Martin, runner at second. It's a 44 for Mud Martin. A 44 is an 8. Runner at second. The C grade will not take that away. So that's a base is empty. Runner at second. 44 is an 8. C grade. Single to left. A slow runner would have been thrown out at home, but the throw to the plate, not in time, as Maddox is a fast runner. He just gets under the tag of John Stearns. 1-0. Philadelphia. Jerry Mud Martin claps his hands at first base. So 1-0 Philadelphia. The Phillies strike first. Stearns goes out to have a quick word with Coble, trying to settle Coble down. So we have a runner at first, no outs, 1-0 Philadelphia. Philadelphia must win to force Game 5. All hands on deck for Philadelphia except for Carlton and Tug McGraw, and obviously Game 3 starter. Here's the pitch to Bobby Boone. 63 to Bob Boone. Runner at first, 63 is a 31. That's going to be a fly ball to center. Mazzilli makes the catch. Retreating back to first is Martin. He's a fast runner. So there's 1 out, 1 on, 1-0. Top of the second, Philadelphia. Barry Foote will now face Kevin Goebel. Goebel to Foote. 55 for Barry Foote. He's getting his first start and appearance in this series. A 55 is a 9. Runner at first, 9. The Sea Voodoo will... does it take the 9? It does. Oh, wow. Let's double check that. Runner at first. Here's the 8. And it's the 9. The C grade does take the hit away there. Foote had a pitch to grip and rip. He chops it slowly to third. Charging is Randall. Randall's only play is to Montanez at first. There are 2 down. Advancing to second is Jerry Mud Martin. Foote is disappointed. So there are 2 outs now. Runner at second for the number 9 batter who has struggled at the plate, second baseman Ted Sizemore. Can he break out of it? Stearns again goes out to have a quick word with Coble. Back behind the plate. Sets the target, the pitch to Sizemore. It's a 13 to the right-hand batting second baseman. A 13 is a 36. Runner at second, 36. That ball, curveball, bounces away from the catcher. A horrible curveball. Wild pitch by Coble. You can see the nerves are starting to get to him. The pressure's getting to Coble. Advancing to third is Jerry Mud Martin. A 1-0 count now to Sizemore. Coble takes a deep breath. He's already sweating gravy. The pitch, that is a 13. A 13 is a 36. Holy cow. He has just thrown his second consecutive wild pitch. Sizemore scores from third. Unbelievable. 2 horrific curveballs. It is 2-0 Philadelphia. Coble is falling apart on this mound. The pressure has gotten to Coble. It's too much for him, it seems. Wow, he scores. We're going to have to make a note on that. Martin scores on wild pitch, second inning. So it's 2-0 Philadelphia. Oh, actually, you know what? Hold on. I forgot to go run around third. Let's double check. I could be totally wrong. No, it's still a wild pitch, except it's a fastball. So it's still a wild pitch. I just remembered I didn't switch it. Base is empty now. 2-0 Philadelphia. Stearns goes out to have a stern word with Kevin Goebel. 2-0 count to Sizemore. Here's the pitch. 42 to Sizemore. Base is empty. 42. How do you do? That's a 30. That's going to be out number 3. Fly ball. Hit to left center field. Racing over is Mazzilli and Maddox. Mazzilli calls him off. He makes the catch. But Philadelphia plates 2. We go to the bottom of the second. 2-0 Philadelphia. Mazzilli is like savoir-faire. He is everywhere. Mets have some work to do with the bats. Brian Hoxie says clutch situations are sometimes Barry Foot's Achilles heel. Boom, boom, boom. Mark Jones, 2/3 of the earth is covered by water. The other 1/3 is covered by Gary Maddox. I like that. That's good. So Coble gives up 2 runs in the top of the second. In the bottom of the second, it will be Elliot Maddox, Bobby Valentine, and Bruce Beauclair to face Jim Lomborg. Lomborg spotted 2 runs. He's on a very, very short leash. He's got to go through the lineup once. Lomborg, the righty, to the right-hand batting speedy runner, Elliot Maddox. Oh, that's a leaner. 63 to Elliot Maddox. 63 is a 32, bases empty. That's going to be out number 1. Line shot to right center. Racing over, making the grab is Shake Bake McBride. 1 out. Lomborg getting away with some fat pitches here. Here's Bobby Valentine. The pitch to Bobby. 61. Lomborg to Bobby Valentine. 61 is a 24. Hard hit ball to short. Backhanded by Boa. Pivots, fires to Boone at first. Valentine's retired. 6-3. 2 down. Gentleman Jim Lomborg trying to turn back the hands of time back to 1967. Uncle Dave Gardner has joined us. Check out that wonderful channel and subscribe. And Cleve Baseball Fan 879, our good friend Tim, please check out that channel and subscribe, as well as Sports Flicks and many, many others in our fine community. We also have Brian Hoxie here, Mark Jones, Ron McGrath, Jim L. Hope all is well. 2 outs for Bruce Beauclair. Lomborg kicks and deals to Beauclair. Yes! Double ones, re-roll. 55. It's gone! Bruce Beauclair crushes the hanging slider. And the Mets cut the lead to 1. Boom goes the ball. Bruce Beauclair touches them all. To the moon, Alice. To the moon. Bada boom. Beauclair gets a curtain call from the Mets fans. He comes out and tips the helmet. The Mets have shown surprising power in this series. So it's 2-1. Mets get 1 back in the bottom of the second. That will bring up Timothy John Crazy Horse Foley. He had an excellent, excellent Game 3 at home. The pitch to Foley from Lomborg. 22 is a 7D grade. Single to center. Line shot by Foley. Foley really does like the home cooking. Some 2-out magic going here. Quickly, the Philadelphia Phillies have bullpen action. Doug Flynn steps to the plate. The pitch to Flynn with 2 outs, runner at first. 44 for Doug Flynn. Doubles galore. 44 for Doug Flynn. That's an 8. With 2 outs, D grade 8. Single to left. Slow runner thrown out at third. Foley is a normal runner. He goes first to third. And that's going to be it. So he doesn't even make it through 2. I probably should have went with, but we did say he's got to go through the lineup once. But he should have to get out of this inning. They would yank him though. They really would. They wouldn't. First and third, they would yank him. There's no way in hell they would keep him in this game. And now this is where Philadelphia has a chance here. You have Reed and Brewstar, who are fresh, and they're A-grade pitchers. Lee Mazzilli coming to the plate, and he's a switch hitter. So you can't say, like, you could have went, oh, let's bring in, like if he was just a righty, let's bring in Eastwick, and he'll be an A grade for this one batter. Boom, get Eastwick out, and then go to these guys. But that's it. They're down 2-1 in a best of 5. I do not think they would stick with Mr. Jim Lomborg. He does go through the first 9 batters, and that's what we said we were going to do. They wouldn't stick with him. So Lomborg cannot even get through 2 innings. Lomborg goes an inning and 2/3, excuse me. He got the first 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Then gave up the homer to Bruce Beauclair. Single by Foley, single by Flynn, first and third. Lomborg is lifted for Warren Brewstar. Lomborg is lifted for Warren Brewstar, and his fielding is a 1, which will make them a 41, but there's still a fielding column 1. Excuse me. And there's an off day for travel, so they'll be fine to go again if the Phillies hold on to win this game. Brewstar is an A. Y Z modifier. And he's a 1. So Lomborg is done already. Lee Mazzilli will now face Warren Scott Brewstar. He had the save in game 2. Let me double check that. I'm pretty sure he had the save in game 2. Yes, he did. He went 2 innings in game 2. Well, they're going to ask at least 3 innings out of him now. And then try to turn it, they might have to go to another. Christensen, though, is also available out of the pen. He's the last guy coming out of the pen, though, for them. All right, here we go. 2-1. Runners on the corners. Brewstar to Mazzilli. Oh, we just missed the 66. That's a 65 to Lee Mazzilli. First and third. 65 is a 35. That's going to end the inning, I think. 35. Popped up. Shallow right. Racing out there. Second baseman Sizemore. He makes the catch. The Mets strand him on the corners. The Mets do get 1 on the Beauclair 2-out homer. So Lomborg gives up 1 earned run and strikes out none. Mets fail to cash in once Brewstar comes in. Coble back up on the bump. He has a short leash, though the Mets bullpen is not good. 2-1, top of the third, top of the order for the Phillies, McBride, Boa, and Schmidt. Coble to McBride, 0 for 1. That's a 14 to Shake Bake McBride. Base is empty. 14's a 30. That's going to be out number 1. Fielding column 2, fly ball to left. Going back to his left, making the catch is Elliot Maddox. McBride is 0 for 2, 2 flyouts. Larry Boa singled his first time up. Switch hitter batting righty against the left-handed hurling Coble. The pitch to Boa from Coble, that's a 31. A 31 is a 8. C, 8, single. Up the middle. The C takes away the 9, but not the 8. So Larry Boa is 2 for 2. Boa's at first with 1 out. Michael Jack Schmidt steps to the plate. It's a 2-1 game in favor of the Phillies. Phillies must win to force a Game 5 back in Philadelphia. Coble to Michael Jack Schmidt. It's a 53. What will it be? We shall see. 53 is a 19. And that's bad. 19 is bad. It's going to be a slow roller down the third base line into no man's land. Infield hit. First and second with 1 out. The designated hitter, Greg Lazinski, he got jammed. He popped out to the catcher, John Stearns. So we have first and second now. 1 out. Stearns again. He's been busy walking to that mound. Stearns trying to calm down Coble. Now back behind the plate. Mets will try to turn 2. Lazinski is slow runner. Boa and Schmidt are fast runners on the base paths. Here's the pitch to the bull, Greg Lazinski from Coble. 24. A 24. Swing and a miss. He gets the 13. A huge strikeout, the first of the game for Kevin Coble. There are 2 down now. Coble 1 out away from wiggling out of this mess, but he has to face Gary Lee Maddox. Maddox doubled and then would score on the Jerry Martin single. Martin would score on 2 consecutive wild pitches by Kevin Coble, who was becoming unhinged on the mound. First and second, 2 outs, 2 on. Coble takes a deep breath. Pitch homeward bound to Gary Maddox. It is a 31 to Gary Maddox. 31 is a 9. And does the C Voodoo take the hit away? Yes, it does. Chopper to third. Randall barehands it, quickly fires low to first, scooped out of the dirt by Montanez. What a play by Lenny Randall. So we had first and second. It is a 9. And the C-grade pitcher does take the hit away on the 9. Mets fans and players breathe a sigh of relief. What a nice play by Lenny Randall at third. Will that come back to haunt the Phillies? Those base runners left on. We go to the bottom of the third, 2-1 Philadelphia. That was huge. All right. Due up for the Mets, it will be Randall, Stearns, and Montanez to face Warren, Scott Brewster in relief of a highly ineffective gentleman, Jim Lomborg. And Brewster, we're only going to let him go 3 innings. He only faced one batter, Mazzilli, so he can go from here 3, 4, 5. And then Reed can come in and go 6, 7, 8, but not into the 9th. So they'll have to bring someone else to close. The pitch to Lenny Randall, who made that fine play to end the top of the 3rd. Brewster to Randall, that's a 16. A 16 to Lenny Randall, bases empties, a 28. That's going to be out number 1, fielding column 1. So a 28 is a hard hit ball to short. Great backhanded play. Pivot by Boa. Throws to first, and Boone 1 down. Randall's 0 for 2. Scoring at home 6-3. To Sunken 007, how you doing? As he says, hey, hey, hey. Well, he didn't say that, but I'm going to do it. He said, hey, hey. So I'm going to go, hey, hey, hey. It's Fat Albert. How many people watch that on Saturday mornings? Before Soul Train and Don Cornelius. Here's John Stearns. Stearns doubled his first time up. Brewster to Stearns, the Mets catcher. That's a 53 to John Stearns. 53 is a 19. A 19. But they're fielding column 1. Hard shot down to 3rd. A backhanded dive stab by Schmidt. He pops up, throws a strike to Boone, 2 away. 2 fine plays on the left side of the Philadelphia Phillies infield. 2 outs, base is empty for Willie Montanez. First baseman's 0 for 1. He flew out to McBride and right. Brewster rocks and deals to Montanez. It's a 15 to Willie. That's a 10. A grade. The 10 doesn't save anything. It's a single right up the middle. So Montanez on that 10 gets a single. Inning stays alive for Elliot Maddox. Jim L says, LOL, he did. He watched Fat Albert and then Soul Train. Good man. Clinton Parks has just threw a dead ball no-hitter, took 10 innings. Bugs Raymond of St. Louis, 2-1 over the Cubs. Box score posted in Dwayne's page. Very cool. All right, 2 outs, runner at first. Montanez is a normal base runner. The pitch to Elliot Maddox. Maddox with a 34 from Brewster. A 34 with a runner at first is a 31. That's going to end the inning. Fly ball deep to center, but not deep enough. Making the catch is Gary Maddox. I keep calling him Greg Maddox. The 2-out single doesn't hurt. The Mets don't score in the bottom of the 3rd. We go to the top of the 4th. 2-1 Philadelphia. Philadelphia must win Game 4 to go back to the vet in the city of brotherly love for Game 5. Due up for the Phillies, Martin, Boone, and Foote to face Kevin Coble. How did they get the run, Clinton? Must have been error. You said 2-1, so Clinton Parks rolls another no-hitter and dead ball. That's cool. Thank you for sharing. That's the good Admiral, Clinton Parks. Here's Jerry Mud Martin. Martin singled. Went to second on a slow roller. And with 2 outs, 2 consecutive wild pitches, and he scored the 2nd run of the game for the Phillies. Clinton Parks says walk, ground ball, and an error on the pitcher with a runner on second. Thank you. Jamel, Al, do you like APBA better than Strat? Or I like them both equally. It's just the itch I get. Oh, Clinton says an error on the right fielder, E9. E9. I like them both. It just APBA's new to me, and it's fun. It's a quick setup, and I play basic. It's fine. I don't need to play anything besides basic, and I like it. So it's a brilliant system. I still don't understand how it works so good, because you look at it and you're like, how does it? I've said it before. How does this work? But it does, and I have fun. All right, so the Mets. We go to the top of the fourth. Martin, Boone, and Foote for the Phillies. Coble to Jerry Mud Martin. That's a 16 to Mud Martin. 16 to Mud is a 28. That's going to be out number 1 as he swings the stick. Ground ball to Foley at short. He'll throw to Montanez, 1 down. He's now 1 for 2. Bob Boone's 0 for 1. He flew out to Mazzilli in center. Coble kicks and deals to Bob Boone. 14 to Bobby Boone. A 14's a 30. Out number 2. Fly ball to left center. This time it's Elliot Maddox calling off Mazzilli to make the catch. Second time Boone is flown out. He's 0 for 2. 2 outs. Base is empty for the catcher. Barry Foote. He was robbed on the sea voodoo of a hit. The left-handed Coble has the sign. Stern sets the target. The pitch to the right-handed batting catcher for the Phillies. Barry Clifton Footy Foot. 15 to Footy Foot. He thought he saw a putty cat. So a 15 is a 9, and that's going to be a base hit, folks. Single. Up the middle. And into center. Oh, wait a second. That's a 9. I looked at the wrong thing. Hold on. He gets robbed again. Unbelievable. My faux pas. 15's a 9. I looked at the 8. I'll show you. I made a mistake. Base is empty. C. Popped up. Third base. Another pitch to Grip and Rip, and Foote poops himself. He stubs his toe, we'll say. He pops out. Over anxious on the breaking pitch to Lenny Randall. Side is retired. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 2-1 Philadelphia. Due up for the Mets, Valentin, Beauclair. Beauclair hit the homer. And Foley. So Kevin Coble's not pitching a bad game, but he's on the losing end of the stick right now. You don't want to be on the losing end of the stick. You know what that means? You're getting hit with it. All right, so Brusdar goes into his second full inning of relief. Then he can go one more, and we got to yank him. Brusdar to Bobby Valentin. Valentin. 0 for 1. He grounded to short. That's a 46 to Bobby. 46 to Bobby Valentin with a bases empty is a 13. That's a strikeout. Gets Bobby Valentine looking. 1 out. Bruce Beauclair homered his first time up. That was off Lomborg. It was a kill me slider. Beauclair awaits the offering from Brusdar. Pitch homeward bound. 41 to Bruce Beauclair. 41's a 24. 24 ground ball to Boa at short. He has it. Throws to first. 2 away. 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth. Base is empty. Tim Foley singled, reached third when the Mets had their little uprising in the bottom of the second, but could only score 1. Brusdar came in with first and third and got Mazzilli to pop out to second. The pitch to Crazy Horse, Tim Foley. It's a 53. What will it be? From Warren Brusdar, 53 is an 18. Error. A tough play. Boa can't make it. It is an E6. Fielding column 1, errors across the board there on the 18. So Larry Boa, usually very sure-handed, commits the error. Inning stays alive. Foley's at first. He's the tying run. Doug Flynn singled his first time up. Let's see what Doug can do. Can they get it to Mazzilli once again? Mazzilli's hit 2 homers in this series. So we have a runner at first. Foley is a normal runner. On deck is Mazzilli. The pitch to Doug Flynn. It's a 44. If it's an 8, he's out. Runner at first. 44 is an 8. A-grade pitcher. The Voodoo's going to take it away here. Chopper to the mound. Brewstar has it. Throws to Boone at first. Side is retired. That's what's cool about the game. That's what I love about this game. You can really see the way the pitchers affect the game. I think it's just awesome. So Flynn couldn't take advantage of a pretty good pitch to hit. The one-out error by Boone doesn't hurt. We go to the top of the 5th, still 2-1 Philadelphia. If Philadelphia wins, there will be a Game 5 back at the Vet. And it'll be Game 1 starters in a rematch, Swan and Carlton. Swan outdueled Carlton 3-2 in Game 1. Mets hope it doesn't come to that, but it might. In the top of the 5th for the Phillies, Sizemore, McBride, and Boa. To face Kevin Coble. Before we go forward, so we're not going to count that, so he's pitched 3rd, and he's pitched the 4th. Brewstar can pitch the 5th, and then they got to go to Reed. Or someone else, but it's going to go Reed. Here's the pitch to Ted Sizemore, 0-for-1. That's a 22 for Ted Sizemore. Will he finally get a hit? That's an 8. C Voodoo. Does that? I don't think it takes the hit away on the 8. It does on the 9. Base is empty. 8. That's a single up the middle. Okay. So we have a runner on first now. So Ted Sizemore singles. He played briefly with the Red Sox at second. I think I have his baseball card. I'm pretty sure Ted Sizemore, I can't remember what year. Early 80s, 81, 80, maybe even been 1980. He played second base for the Red Sox briefly. He might have actually. Was it the year Remy got hurt? I don't remember, but he did play for the Red Sox. So runner at first, Shake Bake McBride. He's 0-for-2, but he's not bunting. The pitch from Coble to McBride. 66! Holy cow. Shake Bake McBride. D column on the reroll. 64 is a 5. I think that's a triple. Oh, no, it's not. It is. That ball is going back. Mazzilli making a bid for it. He leaps. It's gone. A 2-run homer by Shake Bake McBride. It is now 4-1. Because on the reroll, you go to the D column. That is cool. I didn't realize the 5 is a homer on the pitcher's card, we'll say, on that. Wow, that was cool. So Shake Bake McBride takes it out to left center. It is 4-1. As he has 2 batted in. Sizemore scores ahead of him. Bippity boppity boom to the moon. Boom goes the ball. Sizemore and McBride touch them all. To the moon. Alice, to the moon. Kaboom, as Cleve Baseball Fan 879 says. Clinton Park says Sizemore played 79 and 80. It was when Jerry Remy got hurt, right? A year and a half for the Red Sox, says Cleve Baseball Fan 879. I think I have his baseball card in that closet over there somewhere. So it's 4-1 Philadelphia. 2-run homer by McBride. We're going to see if we can get Coble through this inning. He's still a C grade right now. If he gives up one more run in any 3 or fewer innings. Oh, actually, no. In any 3 or fewer innings. So no, it's not 5. It's 5 runs in any 3 or consecutive innings. Reduces pitching grade. But he's given up 4 runs. We're going to try to get him through this inning. No outs. Here's the pitch to Larry Boa. That's a 56 to Boa. Base is empty. 56 to 13. That's a strikeout. So first time Boa's retired. He had 2 hits prior to that, singles. He's now 2 for 3. 1 out. Mets fans not liking this. It's looking like we're going to a Game 5, a rematch of Swan and Carlton, and that was something special in Game 1. 1 out, base is empty, 4-1 Phillies. The pitch to Michael Jack Schmidt, that's a 33. A 33 is a 6 on a C grade. That is a double. That one hops the wall in right center field. Schmidt is now 2 for 3. Infield single. Now a double. Hit that ball a little farther. 1 out, Schmidt at second. Nieves Cornero is up in the pen for the Mets. And that's going to be it. Coble's done. He's a righty. Lazinski's a righty. So he becomes an A just against Lazinski for this at-bat. Runner at second. 1 out. 4-1 Phillies. Cornero comes in, so Coble couldn't get the JOB done. And he is a 1. So there's still 39 points for fielding and stay in fielding column 2. He's a C grade, but just for the first batter, because it's a righty-righty matchup, he's an A grade, and he has a Z modifier. All right, so Coble goes 4 1/3 innings. So far, he's given up 4 runs. He is responsible for Schmidt at second. 3 of them were earned so far. And he struck out 1. Gave up the homer to Shake Bake McBride. There we go. Cornero's ready. Runner at second. The pitch to Lazinski. 32. And he's an A-grade pitcher with a Z modifier just to Lazinski because it's a righty-righty matchup, and he's coming in the middle of an inning. So a 32 to Lazinski is a 26, and that's going to be an out. 26. Ground ball to second. Flynn goes to Montanez. There are 2 down. Advancing to third is Michael Jack Schmidt. So Cornejo now goes back to a C modifier. And that brings up Gary Lee Maddox. Now, do they want to do the whole let's bring in another righty? And we're going to because we have to. it's going to be Butch Metzger. He's a D regularly, and he has the Y, so he does strike out people a little bit. But he's going to be an A grade here as the Mets spin their wheels now. Coble still responsible for Schmidt, who's now at third. So Cornejo goes a third. And now here comes Metzger. And he's a 2. And that's going to make that a 41. So they're going to go to fielding column 1. That could be huge. 41. And he's not staying in the game, obviously. But for now, they're 41. And he's a D grade, but he'll be an A to face Maddox. And he's a Y modifier. And he's going to be a dot. There we go. So the Mets trying to keep it a 4-1 game. This is the way you have to use your crappy bullpen. The pitch from Metzger to Maddox. It's a 24, runner at third. And they're fielding column 1 right now. The Mets are. So that's a 24. Oh, it's a strikeout. He strikes him out. I didn't even have to look. What the hell did I look at? 24. That is a strikeout. He strikes out Gary Maddox. The side is retired. So the Mets pitch out of that mess. But the Phillies get 2 on the 2-run homer by Shake Bake McBride. It's 4-1. We go to the bottom of the 5th here at Shea. Metzger will not pitch in the 6th, but we'll just leave him here for a moment. Brusdar comes back in. And Brusdar, this is his last inning, the 5th. And then Reed will come in. McGraw is not, he can't pitch. He went, 6 innings yesterday? Or, he went 5 innings. So he cannot pitch in this game. For the Mets, who now trail by 3, it will be Mazzilli, Randall, and Stearns top of the order to face Warren Brusdar. The pitch to Lee Mazzilli, 66! Mazzilli gets the re-roll, 46. Double. That's a 6. So Lee Mazzilli, because when you get the re-roll, it goes on the D grade, and a 6 is a double to left center field. Base is empty. It's a double no matter what. I looked at the wrong chart, but I know a 6 is a double. You do start remembering the numbers, which is really cool. So here come the Mets, a leadoff double for Mazzilli. Lenny Randall steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Runner at second. No outs. The pitch to the switch hitting Randall from the left-hander's batter's box. Brusdar rocks and deals to Randall. That's a 25. That's a 9. Ooh, but the A gets him. Ground ball to short. Charging is Boa. He throws on the run to Boone. 1 down. Advancing to third is Mazzilli. So 1 out. Mazzilli at third for John Stearns. Stearns is doubled and grounded to third. Mets need to get a run here to cut it in half. Philadelphia will give up the run for the out. And we go to the runner on third. The pitch to John Stearns. Oh, he just missed doubles. 65 to Stearns is a 35. 35 fielding column 1. Is he a wild pitcher? No. Popped up to short. 2 away. Mazzilli's still at third as Boa makes the play near the line. They're going to say it was a foul ball. 2 outs for Willie Montanez. Montanez is singled and flown to McBride and Wright. 4-1 ball game, Philadelphia. Phillies trail in the best-of-5 series. 2-1. Mazzilli at third, takes his lead. Pitch homered bound to Willie Montanez. He just misses doubles. That's a 56. A 56 is a 34. 34 runner at third. Another pop-up. This time, waiting for it, is first baseman Bob Boone's side is retired. Brewstar does his JOB. Mazzilli stranded at third, so the leadoff double goes for naught. Top of 6, 4-1 Philadelphia. Brewstar is done. He's gone his 3 1/3 innings. And he's given up no runs. We'll leave it at that. So he is done. They're going to go with Reed next. And Reed is a 2 fielder, so that's going to bring that back to a 42. And Reed can go 3 innings. And he's an A with an X and a Z modifier. And we're going to give him a dot. All right. Things looking like we're going to go to Game 5 in Philly. Who will the Mets send out to pitch? It won't be Metzger, that's for sure. He's a D grade. Skip Lockwood is coming in the game. And so it's Skip Lockwood. Lockwood is a C grade pitcher with an XZ modifier. Okay. So Metzger went a third. Lockwood is a 1, and that's going to bring him to a 40, which brings him back down. Oh, I messed that up. He shouldn't have been an A grade. I mean, it shouldn't have been fielding column 1 because it would have been, you take the guy, they would have been at a 40. Because you take, no, that was right. 139, take him out. No, it should have been a 40 there. Should have just added one more to it, but it didn't matter. He struck him out anyway. So they're a 40, not a 41. Still fielding column 2. Okay, so no, they're 39. What the fudge, Al? Again, doesn't matter. I just want to get it right. 39 fielding column 2. Lockwood, C grade pitcher, X Z modifier. We got to give him something. So we're going to give him a square. All right, here we go. Top of the 6th, 4-1 Philadelphia. Lockwood to Martin. Righty-righty matchup. That's a 35 to Jerry Mud Martin. Let's bring that down a little bit. There we go. 35 to Jerry Mud Martin. That's a 14. That is a walk. Let's make sure it's a walk. Yeah, it's a walk most likely. Base is empty. You got to be a double ZZ, and he's not. That's a walk. So we have a runner at first now. Martin is fast. Bob Boone's 0 for 2. He's going to swing the stick. The pitch to Boone's a 45 to Bobby Boone. He's playing first base in this game. 45 is a 14, another walk. Oh, Skip Lockwood. Oh, wait a second. Let's check, though. He's a Z pitcher, so it's not a walk. It's ball 1. Lockwood deals homeward bound again. 14 is a 30 this time on the 1-0 count. Fly ball to left. Elliot Maddox makes the catch. Retreating to first is Martin. Boone's flown out 3 times. He's 0 for 3. 1 out, 1 on. Barry Foote. The pitch to Foote from Lockwood. 53 to Barry Foote. 53, what will it be? We shall see. 53 is an 18. 18, we know that's an error on the shortstop, Tim Foley. First and third now. So Foley with an E6. He must think he's back at the vet. Racing all the way to third base as the ball goes into left field is Martin. On the 18, easy grounder into left off the glove of Foley, first and third. That will bring up Ted Sizemore. Sizemore is 1 for 2. He has single and flown out, scored a run. They're going to play for 2. They're going to play for 2. First and third. The pitch to Sizemore from Lockwood. He's not spelling relief, that's for sure. 23 is a 26. They're looking to turn 2. It's a double play. They got it. Luckily, we played normal. If we were playing in, it would have been a hit past the second baseman. But we were playing normal, or as they call it, deep. And it's a 4-6-3 double play. The Mets get out of it. Sizemore bangs it to Flynn, on to Foley, back to Montanez. 4-6-3. Side is retired. Lockwood pitches out of that mess. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 4-1. Philadelphia. Coming in to pitch for the Philadelphia Phillies, Ron Reed, the man they call Slink. A grade, XZ modifier. All right. He will face Elliot Maddox, Bobby Valentine, and Bruce Beauclair. Maddox 0 for 2. Reed to the right hand hitting Maddox. 42, how do you do? Base is empty. 42 is a 14. That is a walk. He's a Z, but he's not a double ZZ, and you need the double ZZ with the bases empty. So you need the double ZZ. So Maddox walks. Mets need base runners. They're down 3. Bobby Valentine steps to the plate. Do I go to Steve Henderson, who never hits for me? We're going to stick with Bobby. Runner at first. The pitch to Bobby Valentine's a 31. That's a 9. The A Voodoo's going to take away the hit there. Runner at first, 9. A grade pitcher. Soft chopper to third. Wait. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I'm incorrect. Base hit. A chopper to second. Bobby Valentine beats it out. There's the 9 there on the A grade. So Bobby Valentine with an infield hit. Hustling Bobby Valentine, clapping and screaming like a maniac at first base. It is first and second. Mets fans rejoice. No outs for Bruce Beauclair. He has homered and grounded to short. Elliot Maddox is a fast runner at second. Valentine a normal runner at first. Reed to the left-hand batting Beauclair. 66! A reroll. 61 is a 5 on a D column. It's gone! Bruce Beauclair does it again. Let's make sure he's 61 on the D column is a 5. It is gone, baby, gone. Bruce Beauclair has knocked in all 4 runs for the Mets. Bippity boppity, boom to the moon. Boom goes the ball. Bruce Beauclair touches them all as he takes it out to left center field. We're knotted at 4. A 3-run bomb for Beauclair. The walk, the hustle infield hit by Bobby Valentine. And now Bruce Beauclair goes yard to the moon. Alice to the moon. A second curtain call for Bruce Beauclair. Bobby Valentine is all hugs and kisses in the dugout. We're knotted at 4. The strength of the pitching staff for the Phillies, their bullpen has imploded here in the bottom of the 6th. Beauclair has knocked in all 4 runs. It's the surprising Mets who have shown the power in this series. Reed is in danger of being dropped to a B grade if he gives up 2 more runs. Unbelievable. The Mets get to the powerhouse Phillies bullpen. That's quite shocking. Holy cow. That brings up Crazy Horse Tim Foley. Foley with a 66. It's a reroll. 21 is a 6, and that is a double. So Tim Foley doubles to left center. The Mets are swinging a hot bat right now. Time is called. There's going to be a visit to the mound. Holy cow. They're going to stick with Reed. He's still an A-grade pitcher, but Flynn's going to bunt this time. We have a runner at second. Flynn will bunt because I think that's what they would do in this situation. The Phillies dugout is shell-shocked. Steve Henderson led the league into grounding into double plays in 78. I believe it. He never plays. I jokingly say in my Sims when I've played the Mets or Chicago or any team that he's on, he's the worst 300 hitter I have ever had. So we're going to we have a runner at first. I'm sorry, runner at second. And we're going to sack here with Flynn. So you go to the little book. Flynn squares 64, and then you go here. 13. Oh boy, that's not going to be good. Bunted foul into the stand, strike 1. Looks like he'd rather be hitting away. So it's strike 1. He's going to try to bunt again. 35 is another 13. So that's strike 2. 0-2 count. He's going to swing the stick, so he fails to put the bunt down. And now let's see if he can get the hit on the 0-2 count. Runner at second. So Reed really came high and tight. And Flynn was not able to put the bunt down. He's at 0-2 count now. Reed to Flynn. 45 to Doug Flynn. With Foley at second. 4-4 ball game. 45 is a 14. Unbelievable. 14. Runner at second. Ball 4. So what a battle by Doug Flynn. Unable to get the sack bunt down as Reed continued to pound the ball on the inside. A couple more foul tips, and then what an at-bat by Flynn. He works the walk. Unbelievable. What a turn of events here. So it's now first and second. They're going to still stick with Reed. He's still an A-grade pitcher. He's got to battle out of it. Lee Mazzilli is 1 for 3. His one hit was a double. No outs. First and second. The pitch to Mazzilli. He's looking for that 66. Oh, so close. It's a 65. 65 is a 35. First and second. Not first and third. First and second. 35, 65. Let's make sure it's a 35. Pop out to the catcher. Unless the pitcher's a W, he's not. So Mazzilli pops out to Barry Foote. 1 down. First and second, 1 out for 0 for 3, Lenny Randall. Another switch hitter. Randall digs in the left-hander's batter's box. The pitch, homeward bound from Reed to Randall, 54. 54 is a 32. Line shot to right. McBride does not even have to move. Randall hit it on the screws, but right to shake bake McBride in right field. 2 away. Runners hold. This could be a huge squander for the Mets after the joy and jocularity of the 3-run homer by Bruce Beauclair, his second of the game. He's driven in all 4 Metropolitan runs, but now it's up to the catcher, John Stearns. Stearns has doubled, grounded to third, and popped out to Boa at short. Stearns awaits the Reed offering. Reed kicks and deals. 36 to John Stearns. 36 is a 12. That's interesting. A 12, again, would have been a walk, but he's not a W, and it would have been a double play ball, but they don't need the double play. That ball is hit to Schmidt. He'll go across the diamond to Boone. Side is retired. So the Mets get 3 on the 3-run blast by Bruce Beauclair to left center. We go to the top of the 7th, and we're knotted at 4. The Phillies thought they had closed the door on the Metropolitans, but a funny thing happened on the way to the vet. Due up in the top of the 7th for Philadelphia is the top of the order. McBride, Bowen, Schmidt to face Skip Lockwood. Now Reed has pitched so he went 4, 5. So Reed has pitched his first inning. Let's put a dot there. He can go 7 and 8. He gave up 3 runs. If he gives up 2 more runs in the next inning, he's a B-grade pitcher. But they're going to go with Reed. He settled down after a really horrific start to that inning. So Lockwood now in a tie game. Can he maintain it? The pitcher, Shake Bake McBride. He's homer today. 22 to McBride. A 22 is an 8. Is an 8. C-grade pitcher. Single to center. The C grade only takes away the 9. So a single for McBride. He now has 2 hits in 4 at-bats. McBride is speedy runner at first. Larry Boa steps to the plate. Will Boa bunt? No, he's going to... Do they want to go hit and run here? They're going to go hit and run. Boa, I believe, is a good hit and run guy. And again, they just tell you not to overuse stuff. Let's see if we want to go hit and run. We're going to go hit and run with Boa. Lockwood to Boa, hit and run. There goes McBride. Boa with a 34 is a 31. Hit and run, 31. Base hit to right center field. Runners on the corners. Boa executes the hit and run to perfection. Mets fans groan. So again, that was a 34. A 34 on the Boa card is a 31. And there it is. Frozen rope to right center field. So good call on our part. Single on the hit and run. First and third, no outs. The Mets will have to bring the infield in. So Lockwood, again, needs a miracle here. He's facing Michael Jack Schmidt. And that's it for Skip Lockwood. Siebert's a lefty. They're going to go with Nino Espinosa. He doesn't have a rating. But you know what? He would be pitching out of the pen in this series. And he's a right-handed, and we're still going to go with that might not be the letter of the law the way I'm doing it, but he's a relief pitcher in this series, and he's coming in. He's right-handed to face the right-handed Schmidt. He's A grade. So Nino Espinosa really basically in for one batter. He's a D pitcher with a Z modifier. Then Murray's going to come in. Infield in. Two, so they go to a 40 because you take it'd be 38 plus 2 is a 40. They're still fielding column 2. I'm not going to change that. What a game. So here's Espinosa. He's a D grade. He's a 2. With a Z modifier. So he has pretty good control. Wow. First and third, no outs. What a situation here for Espinosa. He's making his first appearance in this series, and he's basically just going to pitch to Schmidt. He's an A grade coming in the middle of an inning. Righty-righty matchup. So Lockwood goes one inning. That's it. Lockwood goes 1 inning. They needed more out of Skip. He's responsible for the runners at first and third. Brian Hoxie says this has really felt like a playoff game. So many twists and turns. It's fun. You gotta play it that way. The way it's a tournament game. So it is a playoff game. All right, here we go. Infield in. Espinosa to Schmidt. 4-4 ball game. First and third. 25. Nino Espinosa to Michael Jack Schmidt. 25 is a 9. Lucky we brought him in. Let's see what happens here. The 9. Sky to left field. It is a sac fly, though. And let's double check that. Let's make sure we're reading the right thing. A 9. Sky to left field. The Speedy McBride will score as Elliot Maddox makes the catch, throws home, but it's not in time. Had it not been an A-grade pitcher, it would have been a base hit. So we make the right call there. McBride scores. It is 5-4 Philadelphia. Schmidt gets the sac ribby. One out. Boa still at first. So Espinosa sort of does his job. That run is charged to Lockwood. Still responsible for Boa at first, and that's it for Nino Espinosa. Greg Lazinski coming up. So Espinosa pitches a third. Here comes the Met manager. And here comes Mike Bruhart. He's a right-handed hurler. He's going to be an A grade. Mets emptying that bullpen. They're telling Bruhart, just get this guy. That's all we need you. Murray continues to warm. And he's 1, so that's still going to be fielding column 2 as it goes back to a 39. D grade Z, just like Espinosa. 1 out, runner at first. 5-4 Phillies thanks to the sac fly by Schmidt. Bruhart will face Lazinski. The Bull. The pitch to the Bull. Greg Lazinski, 55. That's not bueno if you're a Mets fan. It is if you're a Phillies fan. 55 is an 8. A grade. Runner at first. 8. Hard, we're calling it a hard hit. It's nubbed to the mound, but we're going to say a hard one hopper knocked down by Bruhart. His only play is to first in a self-defense with his glove. As it went to his left, he barehands it, pivots, fires to Montanez, and they get the slow-footed Lazinski by 3 steps. So again, the A grade, and let's double check. It's a 55. Runner at first. That's an 8. I don't want to rob anybody. And you see the red. It's an out. So now we have a runner at second. So Boa to second. That goes 1-3. There are 2 outs now. There goes Bruce, whatever the hell his name is. Bruhart. Maddox steps to the plate. And now they're going to go to Murray. C grade, but it'll be an A grade against Gary Lee Maddox. Murray's a C grade Z modifier. And fielding 0.1, so it stays at a 39, and they stay in fielding column 2. C, Z, This is the fourth pitcher of the inning for the Mets. Runner at second, 2 outs. 22 to Maddox is a 7. We don't have. I'm thinking we had a re-roll. 22 is a 7. It's a re-roll on a 0. So you have a runner at second. 22 is a 7. I think the 7 beats the A grade. This could be a huge insurance run. Yes, it does. Ground ball to left. Scoring from second is the speedy Larry Boa. It's now 6-4. So a clutch 2-out single by Gary Maddox. He's 2 for 4. He scored a run with after he doubled his first at-bat. Now he's knocked one in. The Phillies come right back to take the lead 6-4 with 2 in the top of the 7th. That run is Lockwood's run. The book on Lockwood is closed now. Murray goes back to a C grade. 6-4 Phillies. The pitch to Jerry Mud Martin. That's a 44 for Mud. A 44 is an 8 on a C grade. Runner at first. Single to center. Slow runner is out at third. Maddox is a fast runner. Runner's on the corners as he slides in safely. Phillies bats getting it done, and that's what they have to do with this not so good starting pitching after Carlton and Christensen. Second hit of the game for Jerry Mud Martin. 6-4. So the joy of the second home run by Bruce Beauclair has been wiped away by the bats of the Philadelphia Phillies. Here's Bob Boone, first and third, 2 outs. Murray to Boone, 65 to Bobby Boone. 65 is a 35, and that's going to end the inning with a fly ball to right. Making the catch was Bruce Beauclair. And again, that's a 65. It's a 35, first and third. Fielding column 2, fly ball to right field near the line. Beauclair makes the catch. Boone is gone. He's 0 for 4. But Philadelphia strikes for 2. In the top of the 7th, we go to the bottom of the 7th, 6-4. Philadelphia Phillies. Mets need 2 to tie and more to go ahead. It'll be Montanez, Maddox, and Valentine to face Ron Reed. Phillies scored 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 5th, and 2 in the 7th. Bruce Beauclair has knocked in all 4 runs for the Mets, a homer in the 2nd and a 3-run blast in the 6th. So Reed gets some help from the bats. He'll now pitch his 2nd inning of relief. He can pitch one more inning the way I'm playing it. In the 8th, then you got to go to somebody else. Will it be a tired? I mean, maybe they do go to Tug McGraw. Who knows? Who knows? They do have Larry Christensen. He could close it out. We said starters can come in. All right, so the Mets are down 2. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever go back, for it's root for the Mets. If they lose, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Finner 27 has joined us. Hope all is well. Finner 27. 6-4 Phillies. Phillies win. We're going to a game 5. Winner take all. If the Mets win, it's done. Reed to Montanez. Mets first baseman, 1 for 3. Willie with a 25. Base is empty. 25 is a 8. but he's an A-grade pitcher, and that's going to take away the hit. We know that already. That's going to be an out. Popped up to third. Schmidt makes the catch. So a 25 is an 8, and he's out. One down. Reed jams Montanez. Finner 27 said, I played APBA baseball last night. Astros versus Rangers from last year. Rangers came back and won 5-3. Rangers are tough. Who pitched? How's Evaldi doing? Here's Elliot Maddox. He awaits the Reed offering. Pitch homered bound. Maddox from Reed is a 14. That's a 30. Reed with a slider. Maddox hits it deep to left center field. Racing over. Gary Maddox got a late jump, but Jerry Mud Martin saves the day, diving. What a catch by Jerry Mud Martin, 2 away, robbing Elliot Maddox of extra bases. I don't know if Gary Maddox saw the ball off the bat. He had a very late jump to it. Finner 27 says, Scherzer for the Rangers, who struck out a ton of batters. Can't remember the Astros pitcher. As long as you have fun, my friend. 2 outs for Bobby Valentin. Valentin is 1 for 3. He was part of the 3-run uprising that tied the game in the bottom of the 6th. Short-lived tie with an infield hit. Can Bobby get on? And they can get to Beauclair. Reed to Bobby Valentin. It's a 25 to Bobby Valentin. That's an 8. We already know A grade's going to take that away. Base is empty. Another pop-up to third as Reed jams Valentin. Valentin slams the bat. Schmidt makes the catch once again. The side is retired. We go to the top of the 8th, 6-4, Philadelphia. Reed can pitch the 8th, and that's it. For the Mets, Murray comes back to the mound. He's got to keep it a 2-run deficit. He's going to face Foote, Sizemore, and Shake-Bake McBride. McBride, last 2 at-bats, a single, scored a run, and a homer prior to that. He's 2 for 4. Here's Murray. The righty's ready to deal to the right-hand batting catcher of the Phillies, Barry Foote. That's a 23 to Barry Foote here in the top of the 8th to lead off things. 23 to Barry Foote is a 26. Foote chops it to second. Flynn to Montanez, 1 down. Finner 27 says, Al, I watched and listened to the chat you had with Replay Gamer a few months back. Great chat and listen. Oh, yeah, that was on his channel. He's a very nice person. Great channel, too. I like him. So 1 out for Ted Sizemore. 56 to Sizemore from Dale Murray. So a 56 in a righty-righty matchup to Ted Sizemore is a 34. That's going to be out number 2. Pop up to short. Y pitcher gets a strikeout. He's a Z pitcher. So that is a pop out to Tim Foley. 2 down. 6-4 Phillies. 2 outs, top of the 8th. Top of the order now. Shake-Bake McBride. First 2 times up, 2 flyouts. Since then, a homer, and then a single, and a run scored. He's actually scored 2 runs. Murray to McBride. Mets looking for a 1-2-3 inning. That's a 51. That's a 9. C grade, 9. And the C grade takes that away. Pops out the third. Randall makes the play on the line. Signal it's a fair ball, but it's a third out of the inning. So that's a 9. C grade pitcher gets the pop out to third. Murray does his JOB. We go to the bottom of the eighth, 6-4 Philadelphia. Finner27 says, I think I'll play some Stone Cold Hockey tonight. Still working on my 93-94 round robin tournament. That's a fun game, Stone Cold Hockey. This is the last inning Reed can pitch. We said these relievers can only go 3 innings. Bruce Beauclair has hit 2 home runs. He's knocked in all 4 runs. It's 6-4 Philadelphia. He tied it with a 3-run homer in the bottom of the 6th, but the Phillies came right back with 2 in the top of the 7th. And those 3 were charged to Reed. Let's see what Beauclair can do this time against Reed. Reed rocks and deals to Bruce Beauclair. This time it's a 13. A 13 will be a walk, though. Beauclair reaches, and that's important. Tying run comes to the plate and Tim Foley. So Beauclair walks, and he's a fast runner. Now, Henderson has a chance at a homer, but he has a better chance of banging into a double play. Foley has 2 hits, though. They're not going to pinch hit for Foley. Let's see what we got. Ron Hodges. Hodges was a decent catcher. Decent pinch hitter, the way I remember. I didn't realize Tom Grieve played for the Mets in '78. He's got a little bit of pop. We're going to stick with Foley, though. We're going to stick with Foley. Runner at first. Reed to Foley. 55 is an 8. Now to torture myself. Now it's an 8 there. And then I was thinking of Hodges, and that's an 8. Okay, it doesn't matter. So that's an 8, runner at first. Let's see what happens here. I think the runner will advance, but there's going to be an out. A grade. Numbered to the left of the pitcher. Reed takes a sure out at first. 1-3, runner to second. So that's 1-3. Beauclair to second, 1 out. Doug Flynn comes to the plate. Flynn has really no home run pop here. If we take him out, then Joel Youngblood will come into play second. They'll lose 2 fielding points, but that really doesn't matter because he'll still be fielding column 2. I think we got a pinch hit for Doug Flynn, who's 1 for 2, a single, a ground out, and a walk. Ed Kranepool. Ed Kranepool to pinch hit. Kranepool to pinch hit. He's got that 1 on the 66. And then Youngblood will come into play second. So Ed Kranepool to pinch hit. And we're going to do that over here. I'm just going to say Kranepool, pinch hit 8th for Flynn. Okay. So Flynn's day is done. 6-4 Philadelphia. Cranepool, limited playing time because he was an extra player. You can see it's a square card compared to the rounded edge. See. So I didn't look to see how much playing time, but he's an extra player. He has that 1 on the 66. To tie the game, Reed to Cranepool. Double ones! That's a 6. Ed Cranepool comes through in the clutch. Double to right field, fast runner. Scores under 2 outs. Beauclair's a fast runner. It's a 6-5 ball game. So Eddie Cranepool doubles. Beauclair scores. Oh, he's on second anyway. He was on second anyway. So the double. Yep, RBI double. Runner at second because he moved to second anyway. So it is now 6-5. Cranepool, the clutch double. And they're going to pinch run for Cranepool. Wow, what a game. 6-5. Youngblood is a normal runner, which is fine. But there's only 1 out. We really want a fast runner. Do we have a pitcher who's fast? No. We have Henderson who's fast. And that's who's coming in to pinch run is Steve Henderson. So again, we'll do this over here. Oops. Henderson to pinch run. Eighth for Cranepool. So Henderson comes in. He's the pinch runner at second. Actually, let's just put this down here. Let's just put that over there for a second. No. Lee Mazzilli comes to the plate. Reed is in all kinds of trouble. Runner at second. Cranepool doubled. He's lifted for the pinch runner, Henderson. He's fast. The pitch to Lee Mazzilli, trying to tie the game here. Ooh, 36 to Lee Mazzilli. Runner at second. 36 to Lee Mazzilli is a 12. That's interesting. A 12 on fielding column 1. He gets blown away by a fastball. Swing and a miss. So Mazzilli tried to go yard. There are 2 down now. Henderson still at second. It's up to Lenny Randall now. As Mark Jones says he'll run into a double play. And he can't do it now. Randall looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 4. 6-5. I forgot to mark the run here. What a game. Lenny looking for doubles. Doesn't get it. 35 to Lenny Randall. Reed trying everything he can in his last inning of pitching in relief. 35. Lenny Randall. It's a 14. It is runner at second. 14. That is inside ball 4. Lenny Randall reaches for the first time. First and second. 2 outs. John Stearns comes to the plate. Reed is struggling, but they stick with that A grade. Here's John Stearns. Stearns is 1 for 4. He's doubled, grounded out twice, and popped out to short. The speedy Henderson at second. pinch ran for the pinch hitter Cranepool, who doubled in the speedy Beauclair. Then Mazzilli struck out, Randall walked. So we have 2 fast runners on base. Reed sweating it. Homeward bound pitch to John Stearns. 62. How do you do? A 62 is a 38. A 38. That's an out. I don't know why they have this. First. Oh, that's first and second. First and second. I said first and third. Anyway, it's an out. 38. They have 2 different columns here, though. Oh, there's an injury. Okay, so that's what that is. We're not playing with injuries. So chopped near first. First baseman flips to the pitcher. And the side is retired. And then the pitcher would have been injured. And he leaves the game. But he's leaving the game anyway. So we can say he's injured. That's all right. So Stearns is out 1-3. The Mets get 1, but that's it. We go to the top of the ninth, 6-5. What a baseball game here at Shea. In the ninth for Philadelphia, who have a 1-run lead, it'll be Boa, Schmidt, and Lazinski to face Dale Murray. So Henderson, well, he's not staying into play. Coming to play second is Joel Youngblood. And he's a fast. Oh, we could have put Youngblood in. He was fast. I didn't see that. We wasted. That's okay. We could just put him in the game. I didn't see that. I don't know how I missed that F in the beginning. And he's going to play second, and he's a 6. So he's a 6. So you take away 2. So it's 37 now, but they're still in fielding column 2. So Youngblood comes there. All right, here we go. Reed is done. We'll figure out who pitches the ninth for them. Murray pitches the top of the ninth for the Mets. And again, he'll face Boa, Schmidt, and Lazinski. Murray to Boa. 23 to Larry Boa. 23 bases empty is a 29. That's an out. Let's see what kind of out it is. Fielding column 2, 29. X pitcher gets a strikeout. He's a Z pitcher, so it's a ground ball. After the foul tip, back to the pitcher. Murray has it, flips to first, 1 down. Murray's been the best pitcher in relief for the Mets. 1 out for Michael Jack Schmidt. Schmidt has flown out, infield single, doubled, and had a sac fly for a ribby. That's the winning run right now, that sac fly in the top of the 7th. That made it 6-4. Mets got 1 back in the 8th. On the pinch hit double by Cranepool after Beauclair was singled and reached second, or walked and reached second. Murray to Schmidt. 31 to Michael Jack Schmidt. 31 bases, empties a 14. That is a walk. He's not a double ZZ pitcher. Huge insurance run at first. Schmidt, a speedy runner. Greg Lazinski comes up. And that's it. Here comes Pat Zachary. Again, there's only game 5 coming up, so all hands on deck basically for both teams. Mets really want to win this game 4. And again, we're going to give them the A grade righty-righty matchup. I don't know if that's the right thing to do, but that's the way I'm playing it because it's fun. We do it for both teams. So here comes Pat Zachary. Murray's lifted. Murray pitched. When the hell did he come in? So we had 4, 5, 6 2/3. So he pitched 6 2/3. Third here. Pitched 1 2/3. If I did my math correctly, he's given up no runs. Responsible for Schmidt, who he walked at first. Zachary coming in. He was the loser in game 2. No, he was sorry, he pitched game 3, right? Zachary was the winner in game 3. Oh, he can't pitch. Zachary can't pitch. What the hell am I saying? He pitched game 3. All right, shit. Murray stays in the game. Murray stays in the game. Zachary can't pitch. Kuzman can pitch, but we're not going to go lefty with him. Oh, boy. Do we have a righty? Zachary can't pitch. It's Bernard. And then they're going to go to Kuzman. If necessary. Murray's done. Zachary, if there's like no pitchers left. Oh boy. I was like, can't pitch him. He pitched game 3. Okay. So we're going to do this over here. Bernard. Running out of room. D grade 1. There's still a fielding column 2. Righty-righty matchup. What a moment for this young man. I don't know if he's young or old. Dwight Vern Bernard to face Greg Lazinski. 1 out. Schmidt at first. The pitch to Lazinski. 22. He doesn't live up to it. 22, though it's an A grade. 22 is a 6. That's not going to stop it. Greg Lazinski is going to come through in the clutch with that 6. It is a double. Fast runner scores from first, and Michael Jack Schmidt is a fast runner. Lazinski doubles. Schmidt scores all the way from first. Bernard hangs his head. Mets fans boo. The insurance run scores. It is now 7-5 Philadelphia. Greg Lazinski gets his first hit of the game, and it's an important one. So 7-5. Maddox coming up. That's it for him. Kuzman coming in. We don't have any other righties, I don't think. Except for Swan. He's pitching game 5. Kuzman, C grade, Y, Z. Runner at second, 7-5 Phillies. I knew if the Phillies were going to win this game, they had to score runs. And they sure have. Maddox with a 34 from Jerry Kuzman. Tough luck loser in game 2. 34. Runner at second. 31. That's going to be an out. Fly ball to Mazzillion center. Lazinski holds at second. He wasn't going anywhere. So they're 2 down now. 7-5 Philadelphia. Kuzman will now face Jerry Mud Martin. Kuzman deals quickly to Mud Martin. 42 to Mud. 42's a 13. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. Let's make sure the 13's a strikeout. It is. So Kuzman comes in, does his JOB. The runs were charged to, that run was charged to Murray. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Mets need 2 to tie, 3 to win. So a clutch double by Greg Lazinski, 7-5 Philadelphia. Now we have to figure out who's closing out this game. For Philadelphia, we really can't go to McGraw because that's not fair. We didn't go to Zachary, so we can't go to McGraw. McGraw pitched 5 innings. But we can go to Larry Christensen. And that they're not going to go to Eastwick. He's a D. They got to win. So they're going to Larry Christensen out of the pen. Starter, he's going out of the pen. And we're going to give him the B grade. We do that for both teams. Whatever grade they are, even if they're a starter. So Christensen looking to save it here. He was the winner in game 2. He'll face Montanez, Maddox, and Valentin. Bob B has joined his Hope Ball as well. He says, Bernard was on the 82 Brewers American League champions. Thank you for the information. The 82 World Series was fun, Mark Jones says. Yes, it was. That was a good World Series. That was a fun World Series. Milwaukee and St. Louis, right? Christensen, the righty, to the left-hand batting first baseman for the Mets, Willie Montanez. Montanez is 1 for 4. Oh, he just missed doubles. 65 to Willie Montanez, a 35. That's out number 1. Montanez swings the stick. Let's see. I think that's a fly out on the 35. Actually, it's a pop out to the catcher near the dugout. Making the play is Barry Foote. 1 down. Mets down to their final 2 outs. They trail by 2, 7-5, bottom of the 9th. That will bring up Elliot Maddox, 0 for 3 with a walk. He scored a run on the 3-run homer by Beauclair. Bobby Valentine on deck. Christensen to Elliot Maddox, 13. 14, that's a walk. The speedy Maddox is on. Tying run comes to the plate and Bobby Valentine. We really don't have anyone to pinch hit for him. And he's still, if you get that 0, he's got a chance for a homer on the 11 or the 66. But you got to get there first. So runner at first, Bobby Valentine at the plate. He's the DH. We've basically emptied the bench for the Mets. We do have Hodges. Let's see. Wait a second. We have Grieve and Hodges. It's about the same. To be honest with you. Grieve and Hodges. We're going to stick with Bobby Valentine. He's a spark plug. Runner at first, the speedy Elliot Maddox. The pitch to Bobby Valentine. That's a 52. If it's a double play, this game's over. 52 is a 27. And a 27. Ex-pitcher gets a strikeout. Nope, he's a YZ 27. And it's a double play. Ball game over. 5-4-3. Now let's just see for ha-has that we went with Tom Grieve on the 52 to 27. Hodges, 27. Doesn't matter. Double play. Christensen pumps his fist. The Phillies will go back to Philadelphia and the vet. Tied at 2. It'll be Swan and Carlton. Winner take all. So Valentin, 5-4-3 double play. That's your ball game. Philadelphia, in a highly entertaining game, wins 7-5. And the series is tied at 2. Your MVP, had the Mets won, it would have been Bruce Beauclair. But your MVP, and we'll have to write down Christensen. Christensen gets the save. Reed gets the win. The loss goes to Lockwood. Lockwood gets the loss. No, Lockwood does not get the loss. We tied it at 6. No, we tied it at 4. Lockwood gets the loss. So that's how that goes. Your player of the game. For the Phillies, I'm going to go Shake Bake McBride. And Michael Jack Schmidt. It was a team effort, but the Phillies win 7-5. The series tied at 2. It's going to come down to this, folks. Game 1 starters, Craig Swan, who won 3-2 over Steve Carlton. Both teams will have every pitcher ready as there's an off day. Where's Carlton? That's the matchup. In Game 5, winner take all. Philadelphia wins 7-5. Hope everyone enjoyed the game. We had a lot of fun wheeling and dealing, making changes, keeping the Mets in the game. The big hit and run for Boa, we called that. That was fun. So with the series tied at 2, we're going to have our completion to our first best of 5 in the Doubleday Cup. Not all the games are going to be on the channel, but the ones I think are interesting, and this was interesting to me, will be on the channel. Who knows? Maybe all of them. I don't know. Sportsflix says, great fun and call. Thank you very much. And check out his wonderful channel. So thank you to Sportsflix. Robert Bryan says he's late. It was a wonderful game. Sorry you missed it. Hope all is well, Robert. And continued prayers and thoughts and blessings upon you, my friend. Continue the good fight. Mark Jones, thank you. Bob B, thank you. Finner27, enjoying his APBA football. Going to play a little Stone Cold hockey. Thank you very much. Brian Hoxie, thank you. Cleve Baseball Fan 879, thank you. Check out that wonderful channel. Clinton Parks rolled a no-hitter in dead ball. Thank you to the good Admiral. Jim L, thank you. Tuscan 007, thank you. Dave Gardner, thank you. Check out his wonderful channel. Ron McGrath, thank you. And I think we got everybody. All right, I got to go take a nap before I get up at 6:30 to go to work. So a lot of fun. If you enjoyed the stream, smack that like button. If you have not subscribed and you wish to do so, that would be awesome. If you do subscribe, hit the bell for notification when we go live. Check out the other wonderful content creators in our community and become a member of the FOC. What's the FOC? Friends of the channel, friends of the community. It's very simple. You subscribe to my channel, you subscribe to their channels. Come back where everybody knows your name and have fun. Thank you very much. God bless. Stay safe. Be smart. Treat people the way you want to be treated. We will see you very soon. Philadelphia wins in a tough, hard-fought battle, 7-5 over the Mets. The series is tied at 2. They go back to Philly. It's going to be Swan and Carlton. Rematch of Game 1. That Swan outdueled Carlton 3-2. Peace.